Good day to you all. Welcome to another session in Python programming. Today we are going to work on a mini project in creating a grading system with its provided requirements. Let's quickly run through the questions. We are to develop a Python program for a grading system that satisfies the following requirements. The first requirement states that requirement for passing an exam is that students must pass the exam by a score of 25 or more and must also pass the assessment by 15 or more to get a certificate. Requirement 2 states that if a student scores a total grade of 39 in both grading components, that is, if only a student score exam 25 and assessment 14, totaling 39, or exam 24 and assessment 15, totaling 39, the student is condoned. The third requirement states that if a student satisfies either requirement 1 or requirement 2 and are paid their fees in full, where fee is 100, they are issued with a certificate. The fourth requirement states that a student is deemed to have failed if he or she does not meet requirement 1 or requirement 2. And the fifth statement states that, however, your program must inform a student which component he or she passed or failed. And the sixth requirement states that where a student fails both components, he or she is repeated. So we have to note this before we start our coding aspect. So we have to note 1, Python does not provide a switch case statement as in Java and C++, but it offers few workarounds to make this statement work like the if-else conditions. That is, in Python we use the elif. In our course of coding, you will recall that. Our second point to take note of is that the program should accept data input from the user. And our third point states that let your program generate summary of the student report, including the student's full name, department, and course of study. As earlier said, we are going to use the PyCharm IDE for our project. Let's quickly launch my PyCharm. PyCharm is already launched. So we are to create a new project. In this case, I just created this new project and named it Grading System. And mind you, in choosing the new environment, choose virtual env, that is virtual environment. We have a lot. We have pip env, poetry, conda, but choose virtual env and leave out the rest and just press on the create button. For our purpose, because I've already created mine, you should note that point I just highlighted on. So quickly, my grading system f.py launches. Also take note, as soon as you create this project, most of the times what you find here is main.py. You can just right click on that. Sorry, it's taking a while here. And just choose rect factor and name. Or you can just press Shift plus F6 to just start renaming. Great. We are good to go. So looking at our question, And at the point note, it was stated that our program should generate a summary of the student report, including the student full name, department, and course of study. And also, the program should accept data input from the user too. So, let's quickly start something by defining what we want. So in Python, in defining, we use def, that is define. So we are defining grade, we are defining grade underscore system f with our closed parenthesis, it's our double colon. So we define. So what are we defining under this? Our question says that it should include student full name. So you quickly define name, department, the course, the assessment score, and the fee to be paid by students. So let me quickly go there. So we have name is equal to, so the name, it should accept input from the user. So input bracket open with a double quotation marks, enter student name. I'll give some little space for the user to enter the name. The second one is to enter department. So we should know the department the student is in. So we have department. You should also accept input from the user. We open a bracket and we have enter student department. So do that. Third one, we should know the course the student is doing at that particular department. So you enter course, input, you open double quotation, enter student course of study. You should also know the exam score the student scored. So we have exam underscore score. Score to, I have to give spaces so it doesn't confuse us. It's good to do it this way. Good. So we have input. So input. Because exam score is a number, so we have to add int input another bracket, enter exam score. So we have, as we've taken the exam score, we have to take the assessment score too. So we have to input assessment, assessment, assessment score 2. I want to stick in a number, so int input enter assessment score. So these are going to ask questions from the user. So you have to also input the fee you paid. So fee is equal to int bracket open input the bracket with this double quotation, enter fee amount. Great, then we are good to go. So now we are moving to the main body. What our question demands from us in each requirement given. So the requirement, one states that requirement for passing an exam is that student must pass the exam by a score of 25 or more and must also pass the assessment by 15 or more to get a certificate. Great, so let's do that quickly. So if we will start our assessment by if exam underscore. In PyCharm, you have options, so quickly you can, to just prevent time wasting, you can just choose that as soon as the options come and it's in your like, you quickly choose that. So if exam score is greater or equal to 25, because the requirement says that requirement for passing an exam is that student must pass the exam by a score of 25 or more, so it should be greater, equal to 25. And assessment underscore assessment score is also greater or equal to 15, and fee, let's quickly know, said exam score of 25 or more and must also pass the assessment by 15 or more. Student must get a certificate. So let's consider the fee too, and fee is equal to, fee is greater or equal to 100, column. So here he said where fee is 100, so we should know that. We have to print. Oh, why am I getting a rev? Will be here. Oh, sorry. Assessment score, sorry. So you should note that if all these are not fulfilled, you definitely get errors. So you have to print. As usual, you should accept input. As soon as you ask that question, F. I have to print F. F is a quotation, and open a curly bracket name. You have to take the name. You have to take the name from the department the student is in, department, and department the person is studying. Department studying, and the course the person is doing, the student is doing there too. You have course. So if you get these two, the reason why we brought this, note this at the point to notice. It says let your program generate summary of the student report including full name, department, and course of study. Okay, that's why we are bringing that. That's why we are printing that statement. So if we fulfill that, then the feedback we have to get, he said, must also pass or more to get a certificate. So if the student fulfills that, definitely the student will be given a certificate. So note this, we are working on our requirement 1. Okay, so of course has passed both exam and assessment and has been issued a certificate, full stop, double quotation mark, and the brackets closed. So the errors we are getting is vanished now. By this error, we have to ignore that as well. So let's see if we run this, are we to get, let me quickly solve this problem. Let me see. Let's ignore errors like that. Show fixes. Ignore errors like this. Great, you're good to go. So let's run this. If you're getting the right, let's get this. Okay, great. There's an error, but let me run this and see. So upgrade underscore. Great. So we have this, and quickly run this. So enter student name as you see. So student name, maybe let me say Kojo. Department, maybe information technology. That maybe cyber security. Maybe he scored exams, maybe exams scored 10. Assessment score is scored 8. He has paid his fees to in full. So great. Now the information we are demanding for the students is there. The reason why we didn't get the full information is that we are not yet done with the work. If we are done with the work fully, you are going to see the information we'll get back. So let's continue with this. Now we can see we are on course. So let's continue with the elif statement. Because we ran this is good, but you should have a switch case. In this instance, we said that Python doesn't have that of else if and others, we use elif. So let's call out the elif statement. So elif, if the student doesn't fulfill these things, doesn't fulfill this elif, or in other words we say else, elif exam score, okay, sorry, elif exam score plus assessment score, okay, the close bracket, is greater or equal to 39 and fee is greater or equal to 100. You have to also print. So print. We are going to deal with a lot of elif and if statements. So now we are continuing with all the requirements, because if we miss one, the program is not going to run successfully. So you print, just follow the example given. Print f name, print f name from department, like the statement we already issued here, from, so curly bracket department, so department studying with the course. So let's get the information. So let's look at the requirement. Say if it doesn't fulfill that, then student has what? Okay, if a student scores a total grade of 39, both grading components, and if only a student score exam 25, 14 total in 39, or exam 24 and assessment 15, the student is condoned. So these are so we write has been condoned, and has been issued a certificate, full stop. Great, we are good to go. Let's push harder. So yes, we are done with this elif statement. Let's look at the third requirement too. If a student satisfies either requirement 1, that this or this, and I pay their fees in full, where his fee is 100, they are issued with a certificate. Oh great, so let's do that as well. So another elif exam score is less than 25 and so I have to split it, and assessment score is also less than 15 and fee is also less than 100 cedis, or let me say $100, $100, 100 cedis. And we are talking about money here too. I think this one shouldn't be in a bracket. This one shouldn't be in a bracket. Great. So print, as usual, print f name, sorry, F name from department department study with the course and let's give it a statement. Has failed both assessment as no. See, okay, failed. Okay. Has failed both exam and assessment and has not paid fees and has not paid fees. So he or she has to repeat because it was part of our requirement. Has to repeat. Repeat. He or she has to repeat the course. Great, you're also done with that. So we have another ELIF because requirements we are not done. However, your program should must inform which company he or she passed for. Okay. So we have another ELIF statement. So it will be ELIF exam score is less than 25. You have to print F name F name from usual department department stating with its course so has we should give us a statement has failed the assessment and has not been issued a certificate, because it was written that if you fail the assessment, you should not be given certificate when we were running through the question. So we have another elif again. Okay, this one was the exam score rather, sorry. So the exam, exam. Great. So let's deal with the assessment. So assessment, you are going to use the same idea. So in the assessment, it was less than 15 rather. So let's quickly print as in what we did in the first one. Sorry. From department, great, and the department study, and the course. So should be course, and let's give it a message: has failed the assessment and has not been issued a certificate. Great. Great. Where student fill both components. Okay, now both component. When student fill both component 2, let's quickly do that. So we have another elif. This is the final thing we have to do. So we have elif fee. If the student doesn't fulfill, this we are done with it. So now we are dealing with the money matters. You are dealing with the money matters, because if you don't pay your fee, you don't have to get your certificate, though you've passed the exams, you've passed the assessment. Yes, so we have to print that is name, from department, and we have department study, have our course as you have already done, and let's give it a message: has not paid the fees and has not been issued a certificate. Then we are ready to go. We are ready to go. Now we are done with our program. Let's quickly run and see to it whether we've done the right thing. So in running, you come to your file, run grade F. So enter student name, maybe Mavis, student department, social science, course of study, maybe social studies, exam score maybe 10, assessment score 30. Fee amount maybe 300. Maybe it's from social department, has not been condoned and has been issued a certificate. It works fine. So you can try that out. We are done with our project. Thank you for your time.